Welcome back, my students, to a brand new episode of Comic Class. And in today's lesson, guys, we're going to be looking at Deadly Class issue 45. And yeah, this is the first issue of the time jump, which I believe jumped like 2 years from the last issue, which ended Volume 9 Bone Machine. And yeah, if you haven't already, go check out my entire retrospective where I cover Volumes 1 through Volume 9 of Deadly Class. That way you can be caught up and watch this video. And yeah, before we get started, guys, I do want to mention that I might have a link to check it out on Comixology to support the comic industry, buy it legally. And yeah, I'm not going to be showing everything that happens in this issue, as I do suggest that you go read it for yourselves. This channel is mainly to educate and get people to read comics, so I don't want to give the full story away. So we're not going to talk about everything in here, so be sure to go check out the link and go read it legally. But without further ado, guys, let's jump right into today's issue. Let's go. So the issue pretty much starts off showing us Marcus's character, and Marcus basically has a whole new get up. Basically, the way he dresses is completely different because the story takes place in 1991 during the grunge era. And yeah, despite me not living in this era, I think it's pretty safe to say a lot of us understand the fashion wear that people were wearing during this period, and the comic does a really good job in capturing that period. And yeah, we get to see Marcus basically interacting with people, having tons of parties, and just, taking drugs and stuff like that. Eventually, he meets a character, I believe, called Dawn, and him and her basically kind of not, kick it off. And while at this party, he basically gets to know her a little bit better. And eventually, he kind of leaves her to her own devices, basically. And eventually, she shows up to his room, which is in a bathroom. Marcus has pretty much fallen off really bad. He's actually living in a person's bathroom. Mainly just, basically medicating himself with stuff like sets and drugs. And it's pretty sad. See how far he's fallen. And, stuff in this issue does imply that he actually went through with killing Maria and Stefano, but we don't get confirmation of that. But yeah, so after this, we get to see them basically go outside, have a moment to reflect on each other, basically tell about each other's past. And Dawn basically says that she sees that there has to be a good person inside of Marcus, which Marcus himself cannot see, and he even alludes to the fact that if she knew everything that he did and the person that he actually is, she wouldn't be saying that. So it looks like these two might actually have a relationship in the future, and they did end up sleeping with each other. But it's just pretty sad, that Marcus sees himself like this. And while Marcus, after he sleeps with her, basically gets up to get ready to go to his job, we start seeing these type of hallucinations or dreams that Marcus has been having, basically showing different things that might happen, might not happen. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like a premonition showing us, but it shows Saya basically saying that the world is blind in that, and it shows Master Lin basically saying that he always knew that Marcus would be his best student, being the one to kill him off. So it's definitely alluding to the fact that Marcus will be killing Master Lin in the future, and that's how the series will probably end, which I'm okay with, and I kind of predicted that would probably be the ending. So if that is the direction Rick Remender is taking, I'm completely fine with it. So Marcus basically goes to his job, and he's basically a delivery boy for a pizza place. And it's pretty funny that he actually takes the pizza to somebody that didn't order it, and he gets so pissed off that he leaves the pizza there with the dude because he knows that they shouldn't throw it away when he takes it back to the pizza place. And the dude actually gets, murdered by somebody. So I'm not sure who it was. I'm guessing it was a person trailing Marcus. And yeah, so eventually Marcus, he realizes that he's been having trouble using the bathroom, so we actually get this funny comedy scene, which I was surprised that we got any comedy in this issue because of everything that transpired in the last volume. But we do get this comedy scene with him trying to use some type of lubrication to get himself to, be able to use the bathroom. And Dawn basically walks in on him doing this act, and he basically runs after her, trying to tell her that it's not as bad as she thinks. But while he does that, he actually gets attacked by somebody that I guess was trailing him, basically saying that, he had found him. And Marcus basically has to fight off the intruder, and the intruder basically has a grenade, which blew my mind that this guy actually has something that deadly. So Marcus barely is able to throw the grenade to an area so where it wouldn't, kill both him and the dude. And he, goes on to fight this dude and basically ends up killing him by, stabbing him in the neck with his own weapon, which is, pretty brutal. Eventually, Dawn must have heard the commotion and she comes to see, if Marcus is alright. And she hears this, massive fight going on. And Marcus basically tells her that this is about as me as it gets, with the issue ending with Marcus basically, naked, in like a feral position, and basically the dude on the ground dead. And, Dawn has no idea what exactly happened. She didn't see what happened. So in her mind, Marcus probably just killed this dude and is a crazy person. That's the way the panel makes it look. And what I really enjoyed about this, if you didn't notice, is that in the puddles of blood, we get to see Marcus as a child, as a teenager, and then it shows a skull showing, I'm guessing, symbolism that if he keeps going down this path, he is eventually gonna die. And he did mention something like this during the issue, that everybody dies and that he feels his time will come pretty soon, or something like that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be symbolic. Maybe after killing Master Lin, he's gonna off himself, or he himself will die of some reason. But I don't know. But that was Daily Class issue 45. There was more stuff in here, guys, but like I said, I'm not going to show everything, as I do suggest you go read it legally, and go read it for yourself, because there's nothing like reading the comic yourself, rather than me just giving you everything. But yeah, overall, issue 45 was pretty good. I will say that I don't think it's as good as volume 9, but considering this is the first issue of this time jump, and the only person we really get to see that we know is Marcus, I think he did an okay job in keeping my interest, and I can't wait to see the other characters, because Saya was left in a situation where she was going to have to cut off her hand, so I can't wait to see if she actually went through with it, or how did she get out of that situation. I don't want to see what all the other characters are doing as well, as I'm sure that we're going to head back to King's Dominion eventually with Marcus, and we'll see how all these characters are doing. I want to see Maria and Stefano are actually dead, as it was kind of alluded to in this issue. And yeah, like I said, that was Daily Class issue 45. Overall, I do recommend it. Go check it out and link in the description down below. And yeah, the next few videos I'm going to be doing are going to be pretty much single reviews. I know that a new volume of The Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer came out, so that video will probably be out in the next 4 or 5 days. And yeah, I just have tons of video ideas to bring you guys, and I can't wait for you guys to see the next few retrospectives when they eventually drop. But yeah, until next time, guys, God bless you. Until the next lesson, keep on reading those comments.
I am who I'm meant to be. I am who I'm meant to be. Over and out again. My future needed clarity, so I could see how you